Good morning, Lana Scott Lighthouse. So I have been talking to a lot of people online. Every reading, I like to listen to tarot card readings. I have a couple of favorites I listen to for spiritual guidance. And I've been talking to a lot of more people right here in my camper than I have talked to in a long time. And I've been reaching out to people when they're hurting because it just seems like the world's in a bunch of hurt and people are looking for answers. And one lady that I talked to, she said she felt abandoned. We didn't really talk about why she felt abandoned. I don't know if she was talking about her relationship or husband, parents, kids, whatever. And folks, in my mind, when you're in a relationship of any kind, either with your parent, everything you do with another person that you hang around with for any amount of time, it is a relationship. You decide the boundaries, you decide what you're going to do as you go along. But if you're in a relationship where you're giving all the energy and you're not getting half of it back, yeah, that can leave you feeling abandoned. And I'm here to tell you, it's up to you. You decide the boundaries of your relationships. You decide what you'll put up with, what you won't, whether you realize it or not. And I didn't learn this until about 16 years ago when I had been in a 9-year relationship. Some of y'all have heard me talk about him. I'm not going to mention no names. And then I was with Will for 5 years, and Will made up for everything negative the previous relationship put me through. But if you're in a relationship where you're doing all the giving and you have those feelings of abandonment and loss, that's because you're not getting an equal exchange of energy. Okay? And if you're not getting back what you're putting into a relationship, maybe you need to rethink that relationship. And I know it's hard to move on. I know fear has a lot to do with moving on and finding a better life for yourself. But you should never feel like you're less of a person or feel abandoned. And there's times you can feel abandoned on one issue and then it clears up and everything's hunky-dory again. But if everything you're doing, you're not getting half that back, maybe you need to put some distance between you and that person or you and that relationship or that situation. Because sometimes it's a situation where there's other people involved and you feel like you're doing all the giving and everybody else is just taking. Folks, those are toxic. Those make you feel low self-esteem and make you feel like you don't have no value, that you're not worthy. And I know there's men that suffer this, but more so it's women. And there's a lot of great women out there. There's a lot of great guys out there. I'm talking about these relationships where you're always doing the giver. And there's a lot of us that are givers, especially women. Not all women, some women. So nobody give me no kickback on that, okay? I'm just trying to explain a point here. But if you've got those feelings of loss and abandonment and you feel like everything you're doing, you're not getting back, maybe you need to rethink that relationship or that situation or that job or that, the relationship. Maybe you need to change up the rules. Maybe you need to change your boundaries because everybody should know that they're loved. Everybody should feel, especially in relationships with the people closest to you, if they're not making you feel loved, maybe you need to rethink how you deal with that relationship. Because for one, I have in the past 2 years, and I've said it over and over and over again, I have kicked to the curb over 20 people, probably more, that I felt like didn't value me and didn't see no worth in me. And I'm sitting here in my little camper, still kind of winterizing around here because we're getting ready to get snow here in the next couple of months in Northern California. But I would rather be all by myself and love myself, have my cup full, than I would be in a relationship that somebody makes me feel like everything I do, they just take it, and then they go off leaving me feeling unfulfilled. Because if you're going to be doing any kind of giving, rather from your heart, something you do for someone, something how you help someone out, an encouraging word, and they don't appreciate that, maybe you need to rethink that relationship. Because I would rather be alone and love myself than be in a relationship that I feel like I'm doing all the giving. And folks, it took me 59 years. I tell people I'm ADHD. All 4 of my kids are. I'm very giving. I'm very loving. I have quite a few traits that normally ADHD people have. And there's a guy on TikTok that talks about those. And I checked off the list as he went down them. But I have a big heart. And if you don't value my heart, I don't need you. There's somebody out there that will appreciate my heart, that will appreciate what I see, what I have to offer. And those are the people I'm looking for. I'm looking for a whole new tribe. And it's going to be slow. But with new growth comes new feelings of higher self-esteem, feeling more value and worth. And folks, it's taken me a long time to get there. And I just feel like you have to love yourself first. And I'm going to say this till I'm blue in the face. I'm going to say this till the day I die. If you don't love yourself first, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give if you don't love yourself. Because if you do, You will have those feelings of abandonment, being drained, low self-esteem, no self-love. And folks, loving yourself first, you have to love yourself to give to other people. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Otherwise, it's going to make you feel like the worstest piece of you-know-what on the planet. And there are too many people. How many billions of people do we have on this planet now? There's way too many other people out there that will show you the love, that will return the feelings of self-worth, that will make you feel valued. You just have to find them. I, for one, am all about finding those people that love me, and I call it my spear. Everything around me. You know, look at yourself like you know, you're in the middle, and then everything around you, the people around you. If they don't have appreciation for me or value for me, I don't need them. I don't need them. I don't need it. I would just rather be about myself, because I have something to offer. It took me forever to learn that. I have something of value for other people. And I've been in my own share of crappy relationships with partners, men and women. I'm bi. I don't make no jokes about that. I don't make no, you know, this is just me. This is me. I've had girlfriends. I've had boyfriends. I've had relationships with my parents were alive, with my kids. I still have a wild child that can't seem to make him grow up. At 59 years old and him being 34, I moved 5 states away. He was one of the reasons. Not that it's his fault. He's got to find his own path. I am on my path. This is my time. And if I can help somebody see the value in themselves and the worth of themselves, I'm all for it. That's what this channel's all about. Be a light in the darkness. If you can help somebody, help somebody. But don't put up your boundaries. Use your discernment. Do not let nobody make you feel like you don't matter. Your dreams matter. Your life purpose matters. Everything in your life that you want to put out there comes back to you. And if I'm going to put all this love out there and try to help people, I want some of that love back. The ones that don't value me, don't have nothing nice to say about anything I'm doing, or don't support my dreams, I may talk to you a little here and there, but I'm going to slowly disengage, because I've had to learn that lesson too hard. Way too hard. If you don't value me, if you don't give back what I give back, I love myself too much. I have too much to offer, and you're never alone. I always want to say this. I want this to be one of my mottos. Every day is a day to be a better person, and you are never alone. Your passed on loved ones can see and hear you. I firmly believe this. Spirit guides, angels, the ringing. When your ears ring, either your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels, or someone that's passed on that loves you, they're talking to you. They're letting you know you are loved. You are never alone. Even when you're in the bathroom taking a dump, guys, you're never alone. You are. My spirit guides and my angels, they're right here with me. And I know they love me and they want the best for me. I want the best for me too, but I also want the best for you. Don't stay around people that don't value you, don't love you, don't give you some positive feedback, positive energy back, no matter what it is. Rather it's the job. I had a job one time where a boss was that's just another whole video. Love yourself. Be a light in the darkness. Be a light in the darkness to yourself first. Self-love, guys. You have to love yourself first. Lana Scott. Be a light in the darkness. Love yourself first, though. Lighthouse.